Peggy 16.
Hello and welcome to Echo Software, the development studio for Warhammer Chaosbane. Today we're going to show you our endgame content and also explain what we have planned for the game after its release. Once the players finish the story mode, they won't have to restart with a new character. They'll obviously have unlocked endgame mechanics, the Collector's Guild, and many other elements that they'll have direct access to with another character. Everything the player wins during the story mode with their main character is shared on the account, meaning that they'll be able to use their money and fragments right from the start with all the characters on their account, even if they create a new one. Once they finish the game, they'll have unlocked the endgame modes and will be able to access them with any character. The first endgame mode is Expeditions. It's the best way to have fun with your friends in co-op mode, playing in randomly generated levels. The second game mode is Relic Hunt. The player will be able to go to see the Collector's Guild to purchase access to a dungeon, which will be procedurally generated with different difficulty levels. This dungeon will therefore be changed by specific modifiers, which range from the most basic to the most dangerous. The higher the difficulty level is, the higher the chances are that the player will find high-quality gear, including heroic sets and the like. When the player completes a heroic set, they'll have access to a very powerful permanent bonus, as well as a much more powerful skill related to the set. The final endgame mode is the Boss Rush, which is a timed mode that lets the player confront bosses that they've already encountered in the story mode. Eventually, we'll add a ranking system so that you'll be able to compare your score to that of your friends and the rest of the community for each of the bosses in the game. After the game is released, we'll be offering regular updates. Some of them will of course be free and accessible to all players, but there will also be paid updates which will be included in the Season Pass. For the first major free update, in addition to the normal daily follow-up that we'll be performing on the game after its release, we'll be offering a new difficulty level as well as new gear. Then for the second, we're going to add a new game mode that the community's asked for many times, Permanent Death. The player will have access to new heroic sets for each character. With the third update, we'll continue to offer the players new gear and additional difficulty levels. Finally, for the fourth, among other things, we'll add a new system which will let players continue to advance their characters. In addition to all these free updates, we'll be offering extra content linked to the Season Pass. In the first DLC, players will receive new emotes for their characters, as well as a passive skill that increases their chances of finding heroic items. In the second, in addition to a new passive skill, players will also be able to access a new god tree for each character, which will include new active and passive skills. With the third DLC, we'll offer new companions for each of the playable characters. And finally, for the fourth, we'll give players the opportunity to discover an entirely new story with its own unique environments and enemies. I'm happy to inform you that this DLC will be based on a universe that we at Echo Software particularly enjoy, which is the Tomb King.